What's up, you guys? May is Lupus Awareness Month. I felt the need to bring some awareness and talk about my little story on how I was diagnosed with it. When 2020 hit, I was constantly sick, on and off. I went to my physician, got a full, physical, and I was just telling them I've been having some severe issues, such as chest pains, dizziness, heavy fatigue. I was always fatigued for some reason. Severe headaches, like migraines. But my main concern was the chest pains, the severe headaches, and also having blurred vision too. But during the exam, my EKG was coming back abnormal. After the physical, they sent me to the lab. They said, we will run some blood tests to make sure there's nothing else going on, and we'll let you know. Cool. My lab results came back. One of the tests they ran was an ANA panel. ANA basically is like an anti-nuclear panel they run to see if there's any antibodies going on in your body, and it came back positive. So that was alarming for them. So with the abnormal EKG and the positive ANA, they sent me to a cardiologist. They did an echocardiogram on my heart. Echocardiogram is just another, like a sonogram on your heart, basically. That's what it was. So I kind of found out I have fluid around my heart, which is called pericarditis. She said, based off your blood work, the positive ANA and the water around your heart, we feel it's an autoimmune issue, but we cannot verify that unless you see a rheumatologist. So when I had my follow-up appointment with the rheumatologist, broken down to me, like, listen, I'm gonna ask you a few series of questions because I have to rule out some things. Can you remember if you had any issues growing up? I was like, such as? And she was like, okay, well, have you had any respiratory issues when you was a child? And I was like, well, yeah, I had pleurisy. I was hospitalized for pleurisy when I was in high school. I used to get hives really badly, or rashes really badly when I was a little child. My parents didn't know what the hell was going on with that. So I like this. This is by Mario. This like a plum color. This is by Mario Soft Pop Blush Stick. But I like to use the contour sometimes. Don't judge me. So, well, I've always had kind of like sensitive skin issues, but I just figured it was just allergic to like certain foods, whatever. And she said, "Do you get sunburned a lot?" I said, "Yes, I do. I do burn under the sun badly." I will never forget. I went to the beach one time and I came back. My skin was in scabs, but I thought it was sunburned. It wasn't sunburned. You had any blood issues? Like, were you anemic before? I was like, oh yes, I've always had chronic anemia. Growing up, like even in high school, I was always having some anemia issues. I failed physicals for sports because of anemia, and I had to take like heavy iron pills because of it, and they just could never keep it under control. So she was just kind of, documenting everything I've been going through, my medical history, and comparing it to my blood test results. So basically, with lupus, you have to meet a certain criteria, apparently. You can't, and that's why some people take longer to get diagnosed. So what my doctor had told me, you have to meet at least 4 out of the 11 criteria of the disease to be diagnosed. I mean, that's what she told me. I had a positive ANA, then I had positive anti-Smith. Then I had high SED rate in my blood. SED rate is another word for high inflammation. So I had high inflammation. I had a history of anemia. I had a history of low white blood cells. I had protein in my urine. I've had rashes. I've had joint pain, muscle pain, fatigue, the heart, the pericarditis, the fluid around my heart, the respiratory issues with pleurisy in the past. So all those basically stemmed from being diagnosed with lupus. I'm using this Mented blush. This is the Pinky Promise. I love this blush. So pretty. That based off your results, based off what you have told me on your medical history, I can say you have lupus. And when she had said that to me, my soul escaped my body. I was scared. I didn't know what to expect from that. All I could think about was my kids. It's just one of those things where I didn't know what to expect or how I'm gonna live with it. How can I manage it? She basically was like, you gotta change your lifestyle. You know, you got to change the way you eat. You got to change the way you sleep. You need a support system, because lupus, one thing about this disease that I have to learn, it comes out of nowhere. Things, you could be chilling and being fine and doing everything great and you feeling great, and then the next day you are in shambles. Your body is just collapsing. The fatigue just takes over you. I say that all this to say, if you feel like you are not feeling well and things don't seem normal, please do not ignore the sign. And you feel like something is not right and you don't know what to do, just go get a physical. You never know. And a little bit of time forward, just a little. But that's it, you guys. That's my story, how I was diagnosed with lupus. Hopefully tell my story, encourage some people, or encourage anyone who may think there's something going on with their bodies. So please go get checked out, get a physical, you know, and go from there. Do not ignore the signs. Please do not. And if you have any questions for me, I'm here. Reach out. And Lupis, if you're out there, put a purple heart in the comments and we can support one another. Hope you have a great day and have a good night. Bye.